I am sitting outside of Dollar Tree, and it just started raining really hard, and now it already has slowed down, all in a matter of maybe 2 minutes. I am going to Walmart, but I'm so excited. I got the two things I came to Dollar Tree for, both for the ghee that is going to be changing my life. The ghee that I made. A turkey baster, in case I want to suck up some of the ghee and bypass the milk products that rise to the top or the bottom. And then this little screen skimmer thing, because that will come in handy, because all I have is like a slotted spoon, like a small spoon slotted, but the slots are too big. So this, I'm hoping. I wish I could have got this with the screen, like just regular tablespoon size. That would have been even more convenient, but I'm taking this. Then I checked for brushes because I'm on the hunt for a brush this size, and they didn't have them before, and now they have them. So I'm going to keep checking in case I find other sizes there. So I'm really happy about that. And then I picked up a nail polish. I wanted gray. I wanted my gray. This is a light pink, a little tiny bit purplish pink, but pink. They didn't have the gray that I wanted because I have to cut my nails. I mean, it's to the point that I have a hard time. I have a hard time even on my phone. Can't tap things. I broke my thumbnail a few days ago, so I have to do everything with my thumb. So I'm going to have to cut my nails, and then I thought a nice light color would be good while they're growing out again. I thought the gray would be nice, but I do like a pink, and I don't have a pink yet, so I bought a pink. So that is what I got at Dollar Tree. Now, the ghee. I might as well do my whole car vlog here. That's pretty loud. Big raindrops. I almost don't feel like talking with this noise. I made ghee for the first time yesterday, and I already ate 2 sticks, the equivalent of 2 sticks, simmered down to ghee. The best shit I've had in a long time. I cannot wait to continue making ghee. I was having inflammation issues, and I know it was due to too much butter. Now, I do still have a little bit of dairy. I still put a little bit of milk in my coffee, but I think 1.5 to 2 sticks of butter per day. It's very rich, and I don't know. I was like, there can't possibly be too much milk in here. But just the same, I said I'm going to clarify it as much as I can. So I decided I'm going to do it stovetop, because I know you can do it in the oven, but in the summer, there's no way I'm going to want to turn on the oven. So I said stovetop will work better for me. And I still need to practice with it. I only did it once, but I really want it to be like just starting it as low as possible to have it still simmer so I can walk away and don't have to like be babysitting it. But I stood there, and when it started to simmer, I just watched it, and it didn't take too long that milk foam started covering the top. And I had already decided I'm not going to worry about getting every bit of milk out. I don't mind there being some milk. I just wanted the majority of it out. And I was curious to know what the flavor would be. So what I have learned, and it has been confirmed by someone else in my Patreon group, that it's very salty when you take the milk out. So I guess the salt just stays with the what looks like oil, and it's very, very salty. So I thought I'm going to get some unsalted butter, but I like some saltiness. I could get all just unsalted butter and then salt it to taste, but I'm just going to do 1 stick of salted, and then I was going to try 1 stick of unsalted together, and I already thought last night, I think that will still be a little bit too salty. So I'm going to do 2 sticks of unsalted to 1 stick of salted. And the person in Patreon also said that she found it was salty and she was going to do 2 to 1 next time, or did she do 2 to 1 already? I can't remember. But of course, if that's still a little too salty, then I'll go 3 to 1. You know? So let me tell you about this ghee. It came out pretty clear, and there were some, I did it in a small saucepan because I wanted the butter. It was only 2 sticks that I did, and I wanted it to be, you know, thick. I didn't want a big pan because then the separating would be hard to skim off. So a small little saucepan this big. And I skimmed off what I could of the foam. I'm going to call it milk foam because that's what it looked like for me. And then I just put the whole saucepan in the freezer. I didn't care about the stuff on the bottom, but that's what this is for. In case I start to care about the stuff on the bottom, I can suck out the oil and then just put that in a separate container. But what I did is I put the whole saucepan in the freezer. When it was hard, the milk that stayed on the top, I could see it. It was white as opposed to the color of the oil, and so I was able to scrape that off with my spoon. That was very easy. Now I imagine... Oh, I think I have a small loaf. I would like my ghee to be in something stick-like, so I can easily cut it. But I have a mini, like, bread loaf pan that's a little tall. That might work. But I was thinking if I pop the ghee out after it's frozen, I could possibly scrape the stuff that's still on the bottom. I didn't do that, so I don't know. But I'm so excited about the ghee. The thing for me is the texture. Now, I don't know if that's going to be different with unsalted versus salted, but the texture, it's like crunchy. I eat it cold from the fridge, and I did have a couple pieces out that kind of got room temp, and there was still a little bit of a crunch. But cold from the fridge, that shit is so incredibly good. And it's just going to be better when there's a little less salt in it. It just has like a crunchy sound and a feel to it. The texture is right up my alley. I don't know what to compare it to. But this is like butter candy. I mean, it's just so good. So good. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you about that? I will at some point do a video for you guys once I kind of perfect the way I like it and I can play with the salt versus no salt and all that stuff. I'm going to be making a batch today. I need that, and then I will experiment on doing bigger batches until I get it the way I like. I would like to not have to do that stovetop step every day, but it really isn't hard, and I absolutely would be willing to do it anytime that I'm out of ghee. And I don't put it in a jar because I want to be able to get every fucking crumb. So I have like a little oval kind of shape. Somebody's backing up, and that always makes me have to stop breathing for a minute. Like a Tupperware, like you would put like a frozen dinner in, but not with a separation. And I just put my ghee in there, and I cut it up a little bit because it came frozen out of the fridge. But what I'd like to do is maybe just put it in that next time, and then, I don't know. I'm so excited. I don't even know. I don't know how to talk right now because I'm so excited about all this. Can't wait to go home, make my ghee. I broke it up in a lot of little chunks, and throughout the entire day, I just kept going to the fridge and popping a couple of those in my mouth. Oh, so good. So now I also have a weight update, and I'm going to do this in a weird way because I know when I moved here, I was in the 270s. I mean, I have told you that I lost, like, I don't ever remember if it's like 60 to 80 pounds when I did 1 year of low carb, and then a couple years at the time, like 2 years of carnivore. In that 3-year period, I went from 338, which is the highest that I saw on my scale. I could have gone higher. 338 pounds down to the lowest I saw was 264 in the first 3 years, which is 1 year low carb, 2 years carnivore. And then I kind of went back up to in the 270s and stayed there. That's the way it's been the last 4 years. And when I moved here, I was in the 270s. And never lost any weight until I started high-fat carnivore. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do it. Now, I think about obesity in a different way than other people think about it. Most people say, you have to lose weight for your health. You'll be healthier if you lose weight. I say, I have to get healthy. If I get healthy, the weight will just automatically go to what I was really meant to be. I don't believe obesity is the disease. I believe there's other shit going on that's causing me to be and stay obese. Other shit going on. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. The carnivore world is all about that. That obesity is a symptom of other stuff going on, and there could be all kinds of different things. And even just inflammation can be one. I'm happy if I lose weight because that makes me feel like I am finally doing the right thing for my body. I'm finally eating in a way that my body is responding with a happy dance, saying, yes, she's finally giving us what we want. And so we're going to let some of this weight go now that we know she's feeding us animal fat, and we don't have to store all kinds of things, you know, because we're being starved from those products. That's how I look at it. So it's going to excite me to lose weight, but it's not for the fact that I'm changing the way I look. It's because it means I am actually changing my insides. I'm changing what my body really needs. I know people don't agree with that, but it doesn't matter because what I do doesn't affect you at all. So I'm doing what I want. And remember, I'm coming from a lifelong eating disorder problem. And again, I don't know. I would like, it just takes another whole video for that. But I have to do everything in my power to let me to be doing something that allows me to eat and to feel satisfied, and to not live my life focused on what the fuck am I eating next. I thought cravings were gone with regular carnivore, but I did have them pop up every now and then. The cravings with high-fat carnivore, it just simply doesn't exist, at least for the month that I've been dabbling with this, and at least 2 weeks that I've really been gung-ho beef and butter. Okay, so very excited. All right, so when I started dabbling with the high-fat carnivore, probably 2 months ago, but what I was doing was just making sure I ate the fat that was created when I cooked my hamburger patties. I used to dump that. I started eating all that. So that's how I started. And I know I was in the 260s. At one point, I remember 267. At one point, I do remember 264. And it was just balancing there. And at some point, maybe in December, I said, I wonder if I could be in the 250s for the new year. And I am. I'm in the 250s now. 257. And it happened in December, I think the night before New Year's Eve or something like that. So maybe December 30. I think I was, or the 29th, I saw 250 something. I'm not looking at the actual numbers. I don't care. I'm just looking at the middle one. That's all I care about right now. I know I saw 5 as the middle number at the very end of December, and then I do believe it was on New Year's Eve morning that it went back up to 260, but now this is only January 2, but I'm at 257. I don't expect to see the 6 again in the middle, but I might. I don't care. So now my goal is to see a 4 in the middle. How fun is this? It's very fun, and I'm excited. I'm just excited about this whole high-fat carnivore thing. And you can watch a lot of videos. I can start to, you know, give you guys ideas. I do like Steak and Butter Gal. She's done a whole lot of different things. She was vegan for, I think she said 6 years. I don't know if it's 6 or 8. And she feels like carnivore cured her. And she was anti-butter. Then she finally jumped on the butter train, and you know, now her name is, I don't know what it was before, but it's Steak and Butter Gal. And I love her because she's like me. She wants to test things. So, you know, I started getting inflammation, and I was like, easy to test this. I just have to clarify my butter as best as I can. and see if that stops the inflammation. And if it does, then I know I just can't have the milk in the butter for whatever reason. And so I'm so happy. If you're interested in any of this, even if you're just curious as to what happens to me, will I lose weight? Will I die? Will I have a stroke? You know, all those things, you know, subscribe. And you don't have to watch my other stuff if you don't want to, but I'll always put in the thumbnail what I'm talking about when it's a carnivore update, and if you're interested in that, you can watch. Okay, I think that's it. It's done raining. Oh yeah, I have to go to Walmart to get my butter, but I'm just going to say bye here. I'm just going to run in for unsalted butter and maybe a steak if they have something thinly sliced. I might be in the mood for that. Because all I have right now are ground beef patties, and I do have still some pork and chicken in my freezer, which I will eat. Had chicken yesterday for the first time in a while, completely congested. And I know that the chicken, especially if it was turkey, it does that to me. You don't know these things until you cut out everything else. And it really is amazing how quickly you can see how quickly you can learn if there's something that just doesn't agree with you. I really think at one point I'm going to be just down to beef and butter. Oh my God, I'm so happy. All right, it's such a minimalist way to eat. So easy. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.